Courtney here, aka Natasha, with Boris and Natasha Wheeling and Dealing. I'm going to be answering 20 questions in regards to a collaboration that Boris and I were asked to do from Reseller Jenn. So thank you for including us in this. There's going to be a couple of links I'm sure Boris is going to put up here somewhere throughout this video because he does all of that fun stuff for her, as well as a bunch of other YouTube, resellers, thrifters. They're also answering these same questions. So he thought it would be fun if we answer it separately and just see what each other says at the end of it. So here I go. Question number 1. How long have you been reselling? So just a couple of months. Oh my gosh. It feels like it's been maybe 100 years already, but it's only been since December. So December, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So yeah, about 4 months we've been doing this. Is your business part-time or full-time? So we are part-time, very part-time. We both work full-time jobs. We have our kids, our dogs, just a crazy amount of things going on. Our aspiration eventually would be to have it full-time, which would be amazing. Right now it's not in the cards for us, but we'll get there for sure. It's even more part-time now than it was a couple of months ago, just a lot of family things, and then also I just started a new job. So that's been taking a little bit of a toll, but we'll get back to normal business hours here shortly. All right. 3rd question. Do you work on this business alone or with other family members or employees? So the only other person that I work with that you guys see is my lovely fiance, Brian, aka Boris. We work, great together as a team. I definitely wouldn't do any of this without him. So number 1 support system is Boris. Number 4, what platforms do you resell on? Strictly really we just use eBay. Not that we've definitely talked about getting into some other ones, like Macari, things more I guess that you would sell clothes on. We've got a stockpile of clothes that we need to get listed, so that might be a good time to jump into that, get some more information, but mostly just eBay. We've tried to sell a couple of things. Well, I actually tried to sell a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace, but have been unsuccessful. I think I've had maybe 4 or 5 listings I put on there, and a couple of them people said, yeah, are you willing to negotiate on the price? I said, yeah. I gave them the price that they wanted, and then I never heard back from them after that. So I don't know if it's just not a great place to sell stuff, but I've had 0 luck. All right. What types of items do you resell? Oh my gosh, this is a crazy question. Everything. I mean, we sell from cards to cups to pictures, shoes, gosh, everything to answer that question. What method or methods do you use to source your goods? Mostly Goodwill, I would say right now. We started off doing like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, things like that. We did very good, I want to say, for like the first month that we did this. It was like, which really got me into it, was like, holy crap, we're making all this money. You just go to the store, pick something up, ship it out, make 20 bucks. How can you go wrong with that? Well, it didn't last very long because stuff we still have sitting down there that we thought we paid such a great price for that we were selling months ago, now we can't sell to make a profit to save our life. So got out of that. Now went to the Goodwills. My favorite place now is the Goodwill bins. I love going there. I love just waiting for the new bins to come out. The rush, like, what are you going to find? The new, every single look around. Like, it's my favorite part. All right, number 8. What is your average profit per item? So we actually have spreadsheets that we keep for all this information, so I wrote that down. Our average profit is $17.25. Now that goes from, again, with the Goodwill bins, we have those items listed at 50 cents is what we paid for it, because we've averaged out every single time we've went, and it's never been over 50 cents an item that we've ever paid. So we have that, and that also includes the stuff we got from like TJ Maxx, things along those lines, but that's our average profit. And our average cost of per item, which is a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be when I looked at the spreadsheet, $6.81. Now again, I feel like that goes back to more of, because of TJ Maxx and Marshalls, we were paying a high price for a lot of things that we were selling for a good profit, but it just overall now what we pay for things, there's like the random things where we'll pay, you know, $75 for one item that we know we're going to sell like right away. Or like that guitar that Boris bought, and he spent, I don't know, $150 or $75, whatever it was. I was like, oh my God, you spent too much money, and flipped it for $350 the next day. But on average, we really do not spend a lot of money on anything that we buy anymore. So probably shoes is the next most expensive thing, which we average all of those out to be around $8 as well. All right, number 10. How many items do you currently have in your inventory for the various platforms? Inventory on platforms. Okay, so this is different than the next question. Yeah. We have 205, I think. 210, something like that. I didn't look. I should have wrote that down, but it's around 200 that we have listed right now. The next question is, what is your daily sold out of your total inventory? We sell probably right now about 2 a day. Sometimes more, sometimes we sell nothing. A lot of that comes down to we haven't been listing a lot. Again, just personal reasons, starting a new job, we've just really slacked. And you know, one of the biggest parts of that is that Boris and I had a system that worked perfect. So I listed the things, like I would come up with, excuse me, the headline, research what the price point was going to be, how much to ship it, and then he did the pictures, because he's the camera guy. He does all the pictures for our whole family. He probably has like 30,000 pictures in his phone. It's ridiculous. But that system worked great, because then everything was getting listed. We'd list sometimes 10, 15, up to 20 items a day for weeks, and we were listing it, we were selling stuff, and now it's just, I slacked on the listing part of it, so then he's slacked on taking the pictures, because there's nothing for him to take pictures if I don't list it, and he doesn't like to list it. So together we're like, you know, work perfect, but when one of us slacks, the other one's like brings our whole system down. So we really have to work on that. We've been talking about it a lot, getting back to what we were doing if we really want this to work, which we both do. We love, you know, this whole process, this whole journey, especially everything that we do, interacting with everybody on YouTube. We just love the whole experience. So we gotta just get better at that. All right, number 12. If you are selling on eBay, do you utilize promoted listings and promotions? So this part of it was new. We are using it, not on everything, but we do use it slightly. And I couldn't really tell you the rhyme or reason to which ones we decided to do it for, because Boris actually is the one that just started doing that. And then told me about it afterwards. And I was like, what is this promoted listing thing? And then this was a couple of weeks ago we talked about it. So he really has, you know, got us into that. And we've seen a lot of things sell from that and see good profit. And for a little bit that we had to put out for it. So I think it's, for a lot of things, worth it for sure. All right. Number 13, if you are on Poshmark, do you share your closet on a regular basis? Well, I'm not on Poshmark. Sad face. That's like another one of those things like Macari that I was talking about, things that we want to get into, which we will eventually. So I'm not sure what it means by do you share your closet. So I don't think I do. All right, number 14. Oh, if so, do you think this helps with the amount of sales you receive? Well, it doesn't, because again, I'm not sharing my closet, so. But if anybody wants to come look through my closet and buy something, I'll sell it for a price. Everything's for sale for a price, right? All right. Another if so. So I'm going to skip that because I also don't use that anyway. So 16. How many hours would you say you spend sourcing every week? Well, me personally, maybe an hour. Right now was a lot more. Boris, he sometimes like sneaks off and like he says he's going to the bank or to the post office and he'll be gone for 2 hours and I'm working away, didn't even realize he was gone for 2 hours, and he's like comes home with all these bags of stuff from the Goodwill. I was like, oh yeah, you have a good time? So he probably spends 3-4 hours a week if he has time, you know, if he can sneak away to the post office. Which is literally 2 minutes from our house, guys. So the fact that I don't realize that he's gone for 2 hours at the post office sometimes is just like, okay. All right, so number 17. How many hours would you say you spend listing every week? Okay, so this is the not good portion that I didn't want to talk about, but right now, probably an hour or two at max right now. Just over the past couple of weeks, maybe a month and a half, with everything going on. But before that, it was at least 10-15 hours a week, I would say, at least that much, because I was doing it all day while I'm working, you know, because I work on the computer, so I can multitask like anybody's business doing that, and I can still do it now. It's just getting myself back into that mindset of, okay, well, you can do it, so just do it and stop like putting it off because for whatever reason. So we're going to get back to those hours for sure. All right, number 18. If you listen to podcasts, what reseller podcasts are your top recommendations? I do not listen to podcasts at all. I am very rarely ever in my car, guys, just so you know, because I do work from home, and when I didn't work from home, my office that I was working at is literally like 1.5 minutes behind our house. So I haven't drove in the car really in 2.5 years. So I have a car payment that I pay every month because I was driving an hour and 15 minutes one way every day for work. So I had to have a car. Now I'm still paying that for nothing. So it's just like, it sits in the driveway, but it has a really cool Queen Elizabeth sticker on the back, which I love. I just put up. I'm going to have Boris put up a screenshot so you guys can see it because it's the coolest freaking thing ever. All right, and number 19. What is your goal or goals to have accomplished by the end of 2021 for your business? By the end of the year, my goal is to 100% be back to where we were, efficiently listing things, selling things, and just be more organized and have more of a system as far as like everything in our house. Because right now, our house looks like the Goodwill threw up in here, seriously. And our dining room, you know, we spent so much time repainting this last year and decorating, and now there's just wall to wall. Oh, you can see behind me too. Like this right here behind me, this is what it looks like on all sides of the wall in this room right now. And then on top of that, we have our basement that has a whole other 2 walls just like top to bottom. And then we have our little organized spot that has all of our stuff that's actually listed, but everything else is just like, okay, pick one thing out of here and just list it. And that's my goal, is to get all of this stuff out of, not just out of our dining room, so we can actually have dinner like a normal, you know, family, at least once in a million years, but to actually get things listed as well. All right. On to the last question, number 20. What do you think your business will look like in 5 years? Oh my gosh. In 5 years, I hope that I am retired from my day job as a debt collector, doing this full time, in my own little like she shed. I just talked to Boris about this the other day, and I was like, it would be so much easier if I just had like a she shed that I could just go and lock myself in and do it versus having 3 kids and, you know, 2 dogs and then you all up my butt 24/7. I want this, I need that. So that's what I hope for. And I think Boris would want to be retired from his job at that point as well, but we'll see. Both of us can't quit our jobs at the same time, so we'll have to stagger that as things go on. But other than that, that is me, Natasha, aka Stephanie. Oh no, Stephanie, aka Natasha, answering these 20 questions for this collaboration. I hope you guys enjoyed. I gave you some, you know, insight to our reselling life as it is right now and things that we hope for the future. But until next time, peace and love.